Hi, this is Brad Smith at BeerSmith.com, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about how to use the Design tab on the new BeerSmith web recipe editor. So I'm logged into my account at BeerSmithRecipes.com on the main page. I'm going to click on the Recipe Editor button here to get into the Recipe Editor page. And I'm going to click on the BeerSmith Irish Stout recipe here, which will open up the recipe and bring me to the Design tab. Starting from the top, there's basically several different functions here. I've got the recipe adjustment functions up here, as well as printing functions, so I can print from here, for example. Below that, I have the Design tab, the Starter tab, Water tab, and so on. About 99% of the time, you're going to be working from the Design tab when you're working with your recipe, and generally only if you're doing something more specialized, like developing a yeast starter or adjusting your water profile. Some of the more advanced tools you'll get into the other tabs. So for the moment, I do have videos on the other tabs, but for the moment, I'm going to talk about the Design tab. We're going to start from the top. Obviously, you can put your recipe name in here, the brewer's name in here. We'll talk about equipment in a minute. The type here, of course, you can pick all grain, extract, partial mash. We also support cider, mead, and wine. The cloud sharing options are over here under sharing. If I click on that button, I can actually set the sharing options. You can adjust your batch volume, efficiency, and boil time here if you like. Those are also generally set in the equipment profile. And then you can set the date that you're brewing. Obviously here, you can set a version number if you want. You can lock the recipe, and if I lock it, it's going to make me manually confirm every time I go to save it. And then up here at the very top, I've got the save buttons, obviously. So if I want, I can go in and play with a recipe, and I can cancel that and discard those changes. If I push OK, it's going to save those changes back to the main recipe thing. And then if I'm working and I just want to save changes as I go, I can click here. I can save it as a different name, and I can undo the last thing I did. So like if I'm playing around with ingredients, I want to undo a few things, I can click on the undo button here. Working down into the main area here, obviously I do have the ingredients themselves, and it's very easy to edit an ingredient just by clicking on it. So if I click on pale malt, for example, it'll bring it up here, and I can adjust the amount, how I'm using it, and so on. I can also dive into the details on any of the ingredients and adjust anything I want. So I can get into the technical level if I want here. But usually I don't need those. So usually I'm just working with the amounts. For example, if I'm doing a simple hop addition here, this is a first word hop addition for 60 minutes, and the alpha, and so on. Again, if I want to, I can dive into the details. I can look at the notes and everything. And then on the right side, obviously, I can add ingredients to the recipe just by clicking on any of these buttons. It's actually pretty powerful. I can click on, for example, add fermentables. It'll bring up my current list of fermentables, and I can walk through all those. If I see something that's not in my list, I can create a new item by clicking on Create New Item here. And it'll actually bring up and open up a new malt, and I can build a new malt from scratch if I like. Alternatively, I can also manage the preloaded ingredients from here. So for example, if I go on to Manage Preloaded, I can go down and load just about any malt you can think of. Let's say I want the Muntons malts, which are 60 items, and I want to use some raw malts. There's 16 items there. And if I push OK, it'll actually update this list with all the raw malts as well. And of course, there's a nice search bar in here, so I can type in, for example, raw, and find all the raw malts and look up those. Or if I want a pale malt, I can type in pale, and it'll find all the pale malts that I have loaded, and so on. So pretty easy to go in and add ingredients, update ingredients, and find new ingredients. You can create your own ingredients, obviously. Very, very flexible ingredient system in the BeerSmith system. I can also go in and delete or change ingredients here. So for example, if I want to delete this gypsum out of the recipe, I can click on the little menu button here, and it'll bring up a menu, and I can go and duplicate, substitute, delete this item. I can delete it just by hitting the delete button. If I want to undo that, I can go back up here and click on the undo button. So pretty easy to duplicate, create things. I can save them as a custom ingredient even, and then it'll get saved to the permanent list, and I can use them later. So very flexible there. In addition, there's a whole bunch of recipe adjustment tools. I can scale a recipe by clicking here and scale up to a different equipment setup. That lets me take other people's recipes and very easily match my equipment just by scaling the recipe. I can do things like adjust the gravity, the bitterness, the color, just by sliding this slider here, clicking on the adjust gravity button to start with. So there's a bitterness, adjust color. I can print the recipe from here. I can create a brew steps, which is a step-by-step instructions for the recipe. When I click on this, it's going to note that I have unsaved changes because I did make a couple changes to this recipe. And yeah, I'm going to push OK and save that. And now it opens up a separate tab with the recipe. And these are step-by-step instructions on how to brew this recipe. So I can print that out anytime I want and walk outside and brew the recipe. I'm going to close that and go back to the recipe itself. I've got other flexible tools here for recipe adjustment. I can adjust the fermentable percentages. I can make adjustments for every single hop bitterness setting and set individual bitterness contributions for hops. Down below here, I've got obviously the style guide. So the whole BJCP style guide is loaded in here. I can pick any style I like for the beer and load that as well. And there's other style guides as well, preloaded. As I build the recipe, it's going to show me the estimated gravity, bitterness, color, ABV, and it's going to show the scale compared to the style guide itself. So I can update that. And again, I can access the tools here to adjust anything I want. So if I click on bitterness, it's going to adjust the bitterness, for example. I haven't talked about profiles, but obviously the system does use profiles, so you can set up your own custom set of equipment and use it within BeerSmith, or you can use any number of preloaded ones. So for example, I can go in here and pick up the system that I use, which is a Brew Easy 10-gallon, which is a custom preloaded ingredient. I can also get new equipment setups here, and you can see there's quite a large number of equipment setups I can add in the preloaded fermentables just by clicking on the Manage Preloaded. If I go back out, I can do the same sort of thing with mash profiles. I can adjust those. There's a number of them preloaded. There's new ones I can download. Same thing with carbonation profiles and fermentation profiles. So I can basically define the whole recipe from this one screen. And I can basically build the whole recipe from this one screen. And then as we get into the other tabs, we can start playing with some of the other features of BeerSmith. So really powerful software, very simple to use, and easy web-based interface. You can do all these same things from your phone. It's obviously going to be on a much smaller screen with a slightly different layout, but all these same tabs are available. All these same features are available if you log into the BeerSmith web site, which is beersmithrecipes.com. And of course, you can get a free trial of this by going to beersmithrecipes.com. There's a 30-day trial there. All you have to do is click and save and set up an account. One more feature I did want to mention is a set as default. So up here, there's a little button here called set as default. What this lets you do, and I won't do it now, but it allows you to create a blank recipe with your own custom equipment profiles, for example, and whatever setups you want. Maybe you're an all-grain brewer. You generally brew all-grain. You generally brew with one set of equipment. You want to set up your brewer name and so on. You can set all those things once. And then if I click on the set as default, it'll make that the default, that entire recipe the default for all new recipes. So a nice way to save and set up and save a lot of time when you're creating new recipes, especially if you use generally the same mash settings, the same equipment settings over and over again. So that's the overview of the design tab. As I mentioned, I'm going to have videos on the other major tabs here, the starter, water, and mash tab, and so on. And we'll walk through those. Thank you for listening. And again, go to beersmithrecipes.com or beersmith.com to learn the very latest about the BeerSmith web release, as well as the BeerSmith desktop program. Thank you for listening.